Good afternoon and thanks for joining us right here on this very red Friday. And of course we are all dressed in red for Go Red for Women's Day, I should say. Katie, thanks for wearing red, my friend.
Thank you for wearing red, and we have these wonderful pins. This is all Go Red for Women's Day for the American Heart Association, drawing attention to the issue of heart disease, specifically among women. And get these stats, 1 in 3 women will suffer from heart disease sometime in their life. So this is a big deal, and they really say most of these cases can be treated, but people are not seeing their doctors, and they're just really trying to raise awareness today. And 80 seconds, they say, a woman in America loses her life.
Every
to
80
heart
seconds.
disease.
That's a big number.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
And a lot of big sponsors out there today. Macy's is doing something. If you want to get one of these pins, you can buy them at any Macy's. 100% of the proceeds are going to the American Heart Association. They were doing free blood pressure screenings out at the Fayette Mall today, and that goes until 1. So you still have some time to get over to the Macy's today.
Yeah, and I think that's super important. And it's one of the things that is a common conversation around the table with women is that they don't take time to take care of themselves.
Yeah.
They're always looking after everyone else. And, you know, we want everyone to know, and all the women out there, that this is your day. This is your day that you actually take a bit of time out and take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Go
Very
and spend
important.
that few minutes. Go and have a nice healthy lunch before you pick the kids up. Just take some time out.
Take some
That's
time
what
out
it's all
for you.
about.
Put on
Maybe a
some
nice
reds
little
today.
walk. I mean, it's not a terrible day out there. A little on the chilly
Is it,
side.
I was going to say,
It's a little on the chilly
I just got
side.
back
cold.
from being outside and it's a little chilly.
Yeah.
It's
Add an
even
extra
for-
layer,
And
okay?
even for me to say it's a little chilly, it meant it's a little chilly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think something about, you know, Go Red for Women's Day is that also all your husbands out there and the blokes out there, you know, cook dinner tonight.
There you go.
Give the women a night
Take
off.
care of the ladies.
Yeah, take care of the ladies. Well, I thought it was also interesting that we bring this topic up as well. It's been understood for years that job stress can affect your health, but now research from Canada have released the first study linking ongoing work-related stress perceived by men and cancer.
Oh, okay.
Which was really interesting. Investigators from University of Quebec and University of Montreal surveyed males who have held 4 to 12 jobs during their careers. Now, the men who have reportedly high levels of work stress for at least 15 years. I have to say, these are some of the cancers that they were saying is caused from stress, which is related to, they're saying, from their work issues. Lung cancer, colon cancer, rectal, stomach, and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Now, I'm a believer that cancer is brought on by stress. I'm not saying that it's the only thing. I'm not saying that smoking doesn't cause it, or bad health, or genes, but stress can bring that on as well, like heart attacks and high blood pressure, and stress has a major issue in life. Where do you guys sit with that?
Well, a lot of those could be brought on by maybe the vices that you develop due to the stress, like the stomach cancer,
true.
maybe drinking more than normal.
Drinking
too.
Red Bulls and V
Oh,
drinks,
yeah.
and
Even
you
just
know,
pounding too much coffee, maybe.
Yeah,
who
I
knows?
agree. I think it's the stress that you have at work manifests itself in some of your unhealthy habits.
Yeah, well, here's really interesting. They also studied stressful jobs. Now, this sort of makes sense to me. They were saying firefighters, industrial engineers, aerospace engineers, mechanic, foreman, and vehicle and railway equipment repair workers. Very diverse list. I can understand the firemen. I don't really know any industrial engineers. I'm not that intelligent, so my friends aren't that bright. Aerospace engineer.
That sounds stressful.
I'm thinking if you're responsible for building a plane.
People's lives are in your hand with your engineering and design too,
I think
of course.
so. And look, I will say to you, I went to a very big meeting here, not yesterday, the day before. It was a successful meeting, but for 3 hours, I was thinking, I was feeling a little pressured at that meeting.
Okay.
I went to get in my car and I went to sit down and I just felt this pinch in my neck. And then I got out, I did a little bit of stretching, you know, a little bit of yoga, a little bit of yoga in the car park. And then I thought I just needed to breathe.
But I think that's key to it, finding little ways to relieve the stress. You can't really avoid the stress at work if that's
not
your
at
job.
all.
But maybe finding little ways like that to decompress at the end of the day.
Being live TV, and especially with news, when you might have a presidential break-in or something like that, all those things lead to stress.
Yeah,
You
it's
have to take
stressful,
a minute. You've only got 2 minutes in the commercial break. So I think this is a lesson, not just for the guys and gals, but breathe.
Yeah.
Just breathe. Okay?
For your health, for your heart
Speaking of
health.
breathing, Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I've never got into the whole gridiron game, which what we call the big game, the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Gridiron in Australia.
Gridiron.
But I'm going to let you go with it. Give us some facts.
Now, do you guys watch it down under?
Oh,
I know it's a world
I am
event.
telling you, it is huge in Australia. But like I said, we call it gridiron. And Australians don't understand why you play for like 1 minute and then stop for 10.
That's the game. That's the
That's
way
the
it is.
game. You have
so
to
I'm
have
being
time
careful,
for
don't
snacks.
hit
You
me.
need
Yeah.
time for snacks.
We need to catch our breath and
Yeah.
eat another chicken
Yeah.
wing, you know? Okay, but we do have some stats about the big game,
Okay.
you know, kind of like who's watching and what. So it is actually the second biggest day of the year for food consumption,
Is it?
right behind Thanksgiving, which is just a whole
I'm not
nother-
surprised.
a whole other day of eating. But some numbers here, 50 million will be spent on food just for the big game, 4,000 tons of popcorn, 14,500 tons of chips,
you
5,000
serious?
pounds of hot dogs, 17.9 million. That's how much more beer and alcohol is sold.
17.9. Wow.
Now that's just us being American
Okay.
and overeating as usual during the game. Now, the average number of people at a big game party,
Oh, okay.
17, and that sounds about right.
That sounds about right.
From what it's
Yeah,
usually
I
the
get
person
that.
with the biggest TV and the best setup for people. 1 out of 12 watch the big game just for the commercials. 5% of people watch the game alone. 6% of Americans, this is bad, call in sick on Monday.
That wouldn't surprise me.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Also, antacid sales go up 20% the day after.
Is that
from-
because
Oh,
you
that's
drink
funny.
too much or eat too
and,
much?
and all the spicy food, the dips,
Yeah.
the chips,
Well,
and
it's
everything
the
like
wings. I've been
Well,
told.
so what's your
Oh.
favorite Super Bowl food?
I'm a big queso dip guy, but I do love me some chicken wings.
Oh, my favorite is buffalo chicken dip.
Oh,
I can't wait
that's-
to
Well,
have
where are
some
you
of
both
that.
going to
Yeah.
be for the Super
Probably
Bowl?
just watching with my hockey buddies.
Oh, well, I'll
Okay.
be sleeping. but-
Well, and
Yeah.
this is another thing. I wonder how many people only watch it to watch the halftime event.
Well, it said 1 in 12 just for the commercials. They don't even care about the
Okay.
gridiron being
Oh,
played.
yeah.
So
Well, the
you-
commercials are pretty
They
fun.
are.
Yeah, they're
They're a huge day for advertisers, obviously. So 700,000 footballs made every year. 72 of them are set aside by the Wilson, the company that makes them,
Yes.
just for the big game. We
Our
actually
news,
have a
our
great
news
story.
director is crazy for
Yeah,
this.
we have a cool
great
story on our
from
website
own
about
Matt
that.
Groves. Check that out,
Oh, good.
WTVQ.com.
Didn't he go down to Wilson?
Yep, where they make the balls.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a love story, a husband-wife combo, and they work free
Ah.
from each other at the Wilson
Where's that?
Festival.
On our news website?
will be on our
WTVQ.com, everyone. Go on and have a look.
And then 35% of the people that attend the game, so they are the rare ones that get the tickets. You know, there's only 50,000 seats.
And they're like $4,000 a ticket for
They
the cheap
write it off
seats.
as a corporate expense.
Oh, of course they
Oh, that's funny.
So, what is your favorite dish to make for the Super Bowl?
Oh, I still have to say buffalo chicken dip. I
Buffalo
love it.
chicken
It
dip.
is
I do.
so good. Have you had buffalo chicken dip?
do. Oh, no, chicken dip or
Buffalo
wing?
chicken dip.
Yeah.
I don't. No, I've had the wings.
I'll have to make you
It's
some.
I'm
kinda
not quite
like that.
sure.
I do love buffalo wings too, and buffalo chicken dip.
Yeah, I get a little bit confused with what it is you're talking about.
Like it's like a creamy cream cheese dip with like hot sauce and chicken.
It
Yeah.
kind of tastes like a chicken.
Yeah, no, I
Kinda
sort
does.
of just
On a
like the
chip.
chicken wing.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I do
it's
a
sort of
really
got
good,
sauce on it. I love it.
really good sliders, like kind of like it tastes
Oh,
like
you're
a
I like
famous
it,
for
I
your
like it.
sliders,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
famous for your
and, you know,
sliders.
bite side too.
Okay. All right.
We'll get that recipe
Everyone,
up.
you tell us what your thoughts are. Head over to our Facebook page at Midday Kentucky. What's your favourite food when it comes to
The big
the
game.
big game, people, on
Can't wait
Sunday?
to watch.
I'm only probably going to watch 15 minutes of it, which is the halftime.
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
And we're going to have
Lady
more.
Gaga.
And I'm also
yeah.
thinking Beyonce is going to be there because Lady Gaga did do a little Instagram post and she had a little bee going along the bottom. So there's a lot of conversation whether that's it. Okay, I thought this was interesting and we put this up on our Facebook page and asked everyone what their thoughts were. And I came across the article. I love Redbook. It's where we get lots of our information for this type of show. And they were talking about parenting advice from back in the day.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, so
Back in the
back
day.
in the
All
day,
right.
up until now, and how much it has changed. So look, it is very funny, but I'm going to say a word that I shouldn't probably use. Okay, it says use acid as nipple cleanser. The mother and her child is, it must be said, a pretty solid parenting book, especially when you consider the era in which it was actually made. Now, this is in the 1900s, was when they were suggesting that you use this as a cleanser.
yeah.
I don't think any woman was
Doesn't sound-
breastfeeding after
No.
that. Okay, in the 1910s, one of the parenting advice was a held baby is a spoiled baby. No new mother should actually be holding their child.
Just
I
fend
think
for
that's
yourself.
Well, I think they all sort of had nannies back then, or wet nurses maybe.
Okay.
I'm not sure, I'm not that old, that I was born in the 1910s. 1920s was ignoring your child is the way to build a good, strong character. Sort of what happened to me.
To
as a
some
kid.
degree.
No one listened to me till I was like 18. They were like, I remember going somewhere and someone said, "Oh, I didn't realize your father had another son." Well, great. You know, no one ever
That
heard me.
explains a lot.
yes, exactly. 1930s, put your baby in a cage. That was
cage?
That was the parenting advice in the 1930s. I don't quite get where that is. See this? Do you remember this back in the day where you would have like not a bassinet, but I remember in the 70s and that, a playpen. It was like,
Oh, okay. I
and
mean,
I think saying a cage is not the right
I don't
word,
know if
but
that's the right term.
I think that's what they basically were.
Okay.
Let me tell you, 1940s, that's when you stopped coddling boys, where you weren't giving them too much love and affection, okay? In the 1950s, bathe your baby 3 times a day.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a
I
lot.
don't
That's
even
a lot
bathe
of
3
time
times
and
a day now, and I'm filthy.
Interesting.
In the 1960s, start solid foods at 2 days old. I think
Wow.
there's a lot of conversation about that now.
They don't have any teeth.
I don't. Well, don't forget, I did the baby diet about 2 years ago, where I just ate baby food for I think it was 2 or 3 weeks.
Who could forget?
It didn't really work for me. 1980s, babies slept best on their stomachs for the first 2 months or so. And I think there's a lot of controversy about that now as well, with SIDS and things like
Yeah,
that.
I'm not really sure. We
well,
don't have
we don't
babies,
have
so-
babies, so we'll have to ask one of the doctors. 1990s, timeouts should be super long. Look, there's so many more. We're going to put them out on Facebook as well.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think about all of that. Now, I wanted to jump along. Okay, Valentine's is coming up. And you're saying people are falling out of love.
Yeah, so Troy, I thought you were crazy when you said you don't celebrate Valentine's Day, or you said you hated the uproar about it. And so I saw this story on the New York Post. They say only 54% of people in relationships celebrate Valentine's Day. What do you guys think about that? And they say spending is down for a 4th consecutive year at stores on Valentine's Day.
I'll let you take
And,
this.
well, I think it's a day that should be celebrated between lovers, right? I mean,
I think there's a lot of pressure.
do you think?
Yeah.
Well, I know we have to get you good flowers. None of that riffraff.
Exactly.
I love Valentine's Day. I think there is pressure maybe to do something grand.
Only
but it
because
takes-
you've just found love. Like, a month ago, if you weren't in love, you wouldn't have said anything about it. So whoever's watching that Katie's fallen in love with, here's the clue. She wants something for Valentine's Day.
Okay,
Hint, hint.
That's
now
just
you're making me turn red
a
on Red
PSA.
Day.
There, it matches your sweater. All right,
I
wait.
think it
hey.
takes nothing. Any husbands watching, it takes nothing. Just get a card or something simple
True.
just to show you recognize it.
Something easy.
I mean, I don't want just a card.
Gotcha. Hey.